Welcome back to Faith in the Law. We're glad you tuned in again. This is our 5th show, and I know we're climbing up the Nielsen ratings quite a bit with Jill and I, but we're glad that you joined us. This is a Christian law show. Yes, you heard it right, a Christian law show, but we're Christians here, and we're concerned about the legal system and how it affects us as Christians. So for the next half an hour, we're going to have a guest on from the Julian Center. We're going to be discussing hot legal news, our scripture of the week, and of course our top 5 list. So we appreciate you joining in. I think you'll be blessed with this show. There's a lot of information this show's for you. So thanks for joining us on Faith in the Law, and we're excited to bring this show to you, and I think you'll really like it. We appreciate you tuning in to Faith in the Law. We're here every Wednesday at noon, and I welcome back my co-host, Jill Savage.
Hello.
Jill.
Good to be back, and it's the 6th show. You mentioned the 5th,
right.
So it's our 6th.
I was like in the lower part of my class for mathematics, I think, but we appreciate that. We're excited about the show. We got a great show, and Jill always keeps me out of trouble a little bit.
I try.
She tries, not always successful, but we always kind of look at what hot legal topics are in the news, and I thought this is really kind of unbelievable, but knowing the ACLU, in fact, one of my classmates was head of the Indiana Civil Liberties Union, and at times they do some good stuff, but recently they came out and they actually wrote a paper on this by a Texas staff attorney that said that the presence of Bibles in schools leads to drug use.
I read that somewhere. The caption was, "The Gideon leads to drug abuse."
I guess
How could that be?
In Texas, and I think people need Bibles in Texas, that's for sure, but the Gideon's International was distributing Bibles in a school, and they say that it resulted in student misbehavior. I guess students were throwing them, they were selling them, they were tearing them, and one student used a page from the Bible to roll a joint. That's unbelievable. But somehow, I guess the Bible causes, according to the ACLU, drug use.
What's next? I mean, it's staggering to think.
Those are one of the things I think that the ACLU does, where they're just stretching it just a little bit far.
Well, of course, coming into the holidays, they've removed everything with Jesus on it for your Christmas tree. Your holiday tree can no longer include Jesus.
Yeah, in fact, there's a movement in England. They're trying to bring Christ back to Christmas. That
wait a minute. We're going to get to this. Friend of God. We can be a friend of God in Facebook.
Yeah, that's coming on one of our new shows, that you can have God be your Facebook. But really, the Bible is a tremendous instruction book for our students. And rather than lead to drug use, if the students would study the Bible, it could actually lead to character. It could lead to joy. It could lead to peace. It could lead to stability in these times, which I think kids need. But it doesn't lead to drug use, and I think that's pretty important. And the guy that rolled it in a joint, I was kind of thinking about that guy in Jeremiah where they cut up the Bible and God just had him write it all over again. So being an author, I can understand that. I've made some mistakes where you just have to type it all over again. But another interesting case, too, was that normally the circuits have held that a period of silence in school is not unconstitutional as far as prayer is concerned. And recently in Illinois, there was a period of silence in the state public schools, and a federal judge has said that it's unconstitutionally vague when an atheist filed a lawsuit and basically stated that the statute had to be struck down. The Alliance for Defense Fund is a great group. They actually do what the ACLU does on the other side, and they stepped in this case, and they said a period of silence isn't unconstitutional just because someone's afraid that someone may use that time to pray. A voluntary period of silence cannot be interpreted as an establishment of religion. To make that accusation, one must harbor both a hostility to the nation's history and a deep misunderstanding of the First Amendment. The circuits in the 4th, 5th, and 11th circuits have all said that a period of silence in the schools is not unconstitutional. So it'll be interesting. The 7th Circuit, which is the one that we're on in Indiana, that's the circuit that we're a part of, I think will probably agree with the Alliance Defense Fund. If you want to find more out about that fund, you can get on our website, and it's faithinthelaw.com, and there is a section there. They're doing a lot of great work for prayer in the schools. It was interesting in Florida, too, recently, that there was a meeting in Florida, and one of the administrators asked that they have a word of prayer before they eat, and the ACLU came in and said they were in contempt of court. They were facing up to $5,000 in fines. I guess 60 congressmen came along and supported them, and finally the court threw it out. But if you can't pray, this isn't really what the founders were talking about. And we did our first show on prayer in the school. We'll be talking about that more. But prayer is so important as Christians, and prayer is important for the legal system. But prayer is what this country was founded upon. And to strike it out of the schools, to strike it out of assemblies, to strike it out of legislative meetings is not what the founding fathers intended, and it's not really establishment of religion. So these are some of the hot issues in the news, and if you really want to check some of these, you can get on our website, faithinthelaw.com. We do have hot legal news. I try to put at least 2 or 3 interesting news stories. There's some great ones on there that are happening each and every day that affect us as Christians. And that's what this show's about. Our show is about to help you. If you have any type of questions, if you have any legal problems, if you have any comments, if you don't like what Jill's wearing, just let us know. And we will, you can contact us, and I try to answer every single question, because this show's really for you. We're doing this for the community, and we're trying to reach out for you. So, and I think we have a graphic too concerning if people want to contact us. My email is trowlaw@aol.com. We also have faithinthelaw.com, rowanhamilton.com. You can contact us on those particular graphics, and the website's great, and we're continuing to develop it, but it's something that's for you, and I think if you have questions, get on it, utilize it. You can even become a fan of us on Facebook.
Yep.
I actually have on the website now where you can get there if you have a complaint with the Attorney General's office. You can get right online. The official website of the state of Indiana is on the website. So
a complaint for the Attorney General's office.
Right.
You said something about complaint with the Attorney. You can file it with them. We had a lady on our 4th show who mentioned the new federal no-call, robocall.
Right.
It is a federal program, but it's $16,000 per phone call. So if someone in your family, or maybe you're receiving these random calls, they're automated, and you have to wait to press 8 to talk to someone, which they claim they're going to double or triple your interest on your credit card. And I'm seeing this more so with senior citizens. According to our Indiana Attorney General's office, we are to send that information by email to them, and they will take care of it.
Right.
When it first happened, September 1st, the federal law went into effect. September 2nd, someone in my family receives a robocall. I called the Attorney General's office, and it was happening so crazily and so quickly, they weren't sure where they would go with this, if we would file federally or whatever. So definitely...
You can get right online from our website, and you can register.
Yeah.
It's indianaconsumer.com, but you can click on the link on our website.
So I want to clarify that. Thank you.
Great. Well, this is one of our favorite segments here. We're going to our top 5 list. And as many of you know, I went to one of the liberal bastions in our country, and very good school, University of California, Berkeley, but